Surprise, folks, it's me, RJB from RJB TV, and I am back. For how long? I don't know. I just wanted to make a video, and the video is going to be between Only One and Mappo. Now, I don't know too much about Only One, it's just that I've seen him play a lot of games against the likes of Burger, Sasu, Freya, Libaku, and you name it. The best players in the world, he has been playing against them over the past few months. And I've heard from Hennessy that this Only One person, this player, is in fact the #1 Zerg player in 2v2 and 3v3. He's very, very skilled. He's not to be underestimated. But, you know, of course, I want to see that with my own two eyes, so we are gonna jump in and see whether he has what it takes to really rise up to the challenge. I kind of forgot what my sound settings used to be, so I hope that this is gonna be okay. But here we have Only One with 6 ones, because he likes the #1 a whole lot, apparently. And here we have Mappo on the name VVS. Mappo it is indeed. On the 1 o'clock spawn location on the Orange Terran, I would say in this situation he has the mid to late game advantage over Only One, but the early game advantage should be in the hands of Only One. Only One goes for a double gateway opening, as is tradition when you are in fact on that middle spawn location, because you need a little bit of protection on that front door in case of a rush from the Terran, or because you have a shorter traveling distance towards the enemy bases. This is, of course, evidently shorter than going from this to a choke point on a corner. Middle spawn locations tend to go for rush bull orders, or at least a little bit of upfront pressure with a double gateway into a nexus to transition into that economy and that gas technology on the cyber core. But he's scouting only the chokes. Mappo is missing his opponent right from the start. Luckily for him, Only One is scouting the wrong direction as well. It was going to take a while before both players find out where the other person is on the map. But I would say that that is in the advantage of Only One, because now we have a Marine out for Mappo that is going the wrong direction. Likewise, we have a Marine there in the front, but it's a single Marine against double Zealots. And I do feel that these Zealots are going to go right to the 1 o'clock spawn location. And the Marine is pulling back because he saw the probe there with this one SCV. And both players are still trying to figure out where the hell their opponent is. He saw the Marine coming from the top left. So he's like, is he on the top middle? Is he on the middle left? Is he maybe on the top left? Both players just go in the complete wrong directions. And I would say that right now, that is... I wouldn't say it's working out in someone's favor, because we can see that Mappo skipped on a couple of Marines in order to finance that command center, which kind of puts him at a deficit against Only One, who should be in a slightly better position right now than Mappo is. The Zealots are coming in, and he might lose the first one if he gets too close to those Marines. Marine ball is growing, but is it big enough to deal with 6 Zealots? I don't think so, but he turns around, takes some damage, but makes his escape just on time, as more Marines are coming over to the front door there to help him protect and stay alive. Academy almost finished up. Command Center almost finished up, and a very early factory there on the way. Yeah, 6 Zealots against about, I'd say, 10 Marines. 2 more on the way for a total of 12. Should be a victory for the Zealots, but if he can find himself a good micro position to get those Marines behind, he could in fact quite, I wouldn't say easily, but he can, oh yeah, that's definitely a good move. So he comes with a flank. These are coming in single file. The Zealots are coming in disjointed one by one, like they're just entering the meat grinder one by one, which of course doesn't work out too well for the Zealots. The Zealots are all gonna, no, they take a lot of damage. He tried so hard to get the SCV, but then couldn't quite make his escape when he changed his mind. So we already have Cybercore, Sylvadoon, and we got one robot there coming up in the front. Robot's pretty far forward. Most of the time we see them make it here. A little bit further away from the pylon so that it doesn't take tank shots if a tank push does happen to be in the plans of the Terran. But right now it's not. So we got double gateway there in the front, double cannon coming up there in the front as well. 5 zealots are protecting the front. Meppo is getting another barracks because he now knows that, okay, I am playing against a double gateway opening, which usually implies or means that there's going to be a double Robo Reaver or something along those lines. But in fact, it is not going to be that. What we're going to be seeing is, in fact, a Templar's Archive for maybe Storms or a Fast Dart Templar. Shield is there on the way, Robo there on the bottom, the support bay on the bottom. He went for triple gas quite early, but that is because he has to finance both Storm, Dark Templars, and Shuttle Speed very soon. He actually cancelled the Storm out. I saw Storm up there for like 1 second and he cancelled it. Builds a second row there in the front. Marines make the retreat back home. He didn't go for the attack, even though it was only 5 zealots and 2 cannons, but we do have Dark Templars on the way there. So Meppo might have scanned and seen the Templar's Archive. I missed the scan sound. Let me check the energy. I don't think he scanned, actually, because he would be on less energy than this. We have a turret on the way in the front. He's going to drop some Dark Templars on the bottom side, but the turrets are finishing up just on time. Goes in, has to run in very deep. Meppo just used the scan. He just used the scan, but he's almost back on the energy. So now he splits up those Dark Templars. He scanned the base to check the information, to check what technology is happening inside of only one base. Now the Dark Templars are both split up. He has the energy, but he doesn't quite know how to use the energy because he has to go for one or the other. And right now they're not really being... Alright, ooh, that's very close. Very, very close. So that's going to require a scan, and so is this one. He lifts up that, goes in for the tank drop. Tank sieges up, gets a shot off, kills only 6. Pretty good pull on the probes there from only 1. He's going to get in a little bit closer. No, he's busy back at home with those Dark Templars. Picks up the tank just on time to fly away. Gets Dark Templar back at home. Ooh, looks like only 1 actually had his Dark Templar pulled into the turret range. So there's only 1 Dark Templar left. He's going to try to put it into a very strategic position there. Tank drop comes in yet again over the bottom side. Gets another 4 kills, so 10 kills in total. Meppo is in the lead by... Actually, they are on equal worker count, but that is definitely in the advantage of the Terran. Okay, gets a shot off there on the turret. They're on the side. Marines are coming in. 1 shot on the Marines, and then he's going to try to make his escape. But the tank, they're going to siege up for that. Going to try to shoot on... Great, pretty good split there on those units. Comes in with another drop from the bottom side. Storms him really well. And he went down from 44 to 31. That was a great storm drop there from only 1. Now it goes in over the top with the Reaver, but ooh, turns around. He is using his multitasking quite well to keep Meppo on his toes, to make sure that he's not comfortable in his recovery from that storm drop. All he has to do is just show the shuttle. Every once in a while, show the shuttle and make Meppo think he's going in. And that will put Meppo on his toes and force him to pull units to the back, maybe send his SCVs away. And that all by itself is already a very strong mind game to be utilizing against Meppo here. It's going to slow him down a lot. Goes in there with the shuttle, turns around. Yes, this is exactly what I mean. Just fly it in, and then leave. You don't have to do anything else, just go in and leave. And that puts Meppo in a bad spot. So once you're there over the bottom side, we have a tank up there ready to go. Might go onto the high ground, might go for the probes, not too sure. We still have the 1 tank up here on the bottom. We might put it on the high ground at some point just to make sure that you can kill stuff there on the bottom side and create an opening. 2 shuttles there on the top. 1 shuttle on the bottom. He's going to go for the triple shuttle drop, but nope. He's going to go for the double shuttle drop. 1 over there, 1 on the bottom. There's an opening right here inside of Meppo's defenses. He's got engineering bay there on the high ground. There's nothing on the high ground there on the bottom side, but the turrets are a little bit further away, which means that he cannot see the turrets when he flies onto this high ground with the shuttle. He will be in range by the time he sees them. So Meppo's recovering. There's quite some time in between that storm drop and the drop that was going to be coming afterwards. He's really taking his time. He even pulls back a shuttle to pick up more High Templars. He's going to join them together into 1 big drop instead of going for 2 separate drops. And I would say I actually kind of agree, because we have turrets there all over the sides of the bases, which means that a single shuttle drop is not going to survive in its attempt to get in onto the backside. So he's going to group them all up, Might go for a second drop there. Yep. Two shuttles with a Corsair. Corsair there to escort the units in. Smart move. How is Meppo going to defend himself against this? Goes in. He's going to unload in the bottom corner, which is going to pull units into the bottom. Goes in over the top. Left as well. Meppo does respond. Oh, great storms there from only one. Meppo for sure thought he had it. But no, he did not. He did not have it. He did not have it. In fact, he did not. He miscalculated, and he's paying the price. He thought the bottom drop was the real one, then he saw the one from the top, thought he could snipe it, thought he could pull on time, but nope, only one's trickery works out perfectly fine. One more Reaver there over the bottom side, moving forward. He's taking shots there from the tanks, gets taken down there because he sieges up just on time, and the turrets on the bottom side have been taken down, so there's not just army and economic loss. There's also buildings being killed at the same time, lost a bunch of Marines. Meppo is in pretty bad shape. How is only one gonna try to finish this off? There's bunkers in the front with supply depot wall there, so he's should be fine, although there's not a lot of Marines inside those bunkers. Drop comes over the top at the same time. Of course, it's distracting. You know, loads on the side, actually. It's only Zealots. Is there something inside? No. It's only Zealous. He's going to try to kill the turrets. Oh, tank drop there. Back at home. Going for his probes, but gets no kills on the probes. Okay, he got one. He got a one with that tank there. See, the turrets on the top side have been taken down. Only one went for a drop, and Meppo thought that, you know what, this is my time to strike at the same time. Luckily for both, no real damage was dealt. No real damage was dealt. And so far, I'm pretty impressed with only one. I would like to say that there might have been a little bit too much time in between the very first storm drop that hit him really hard and the one that came afterwards, but he just wanted to build up his economy, his technology, and prepare a strong drop instead of a weak drop that could have done damage. But the chances with a weak drop are always lower than with a strong drop. And a strong drop I would classify as something like 3 shuttles and a Corsair, maybe 5 shuttles and 2 Corsairs, who knows. At least more than just a shuttle going in. Goes in over the top corner, very quick response there from Meppo. He storms, oh, great move, but dodges the storm. Almost a Reaver, double Reaver, and a High Templar, double High Templar, storms the Marines, comes, ooh, he's forced to retreat. Which now means he's going to kill stuff there on that top corner, while preparing another drop here back at home and building up, getting upgrades, and just, you know, preparing the next attack while this is happening. And this hurts for Meppo because he lost more turrets, lost more Marines, is forced to relocate his tanks, is distracted, and while he is distracted, the rock comes in over the bottom side, he's going to try to kill his SCVs yet again. Reavers on the scene, 2 Templars, 2 Reavers. Is he gonna dodge this one? He is not. Got hit pretty hard, went down from about 50 to 34. Reaver shots did their job, and so did the storms. And guess what? This top corner is still in danger. Although we do see the tank sieging up. Reaver's gonna go down. Trying to get one shot up there on the tank. One more shot. Come on, one more. Ooh, he kills the tank. The Templar has storms the Marines, even more units die. Only one is really playing well. I like this new guy. I like him a lot. He's showing that he has what it takes. He's got what is required to ball with the big guys. He might in fact be the next big guy, and from the looks of it, he's fast. He's got micro, he's got multitasking, he's got a plan, he's got a great mind, he's got a talent, he's got insight, he's got instinct as well. So far I'm liking it. I am liking it a lot. But what I think he has to do next is kill a couple of his own probes. He's got 96, he's still making probes, he's overshooting the mark by a lot. His economy is quite low, so he might be under the impression that, oh boy, my economy is bad, I need more probes, I need way more probes, but oh boy, you do not. You're just spending your money really, really quickly. You really gotta kill about 20 probes and maybe add 2 more gas. Load drop? No. Yeah, there was a load drop. And I missed it. I'm blind. I'm too distracted by irrelevant things. He's gonna build another nexus on the bottom side there so he can build maybe carriers in the future, because he might be under the impression that he needs carriers. Although I think that just loading up a bunch of shuttles with a lot of units and unloading anywhere inside of Meppo's base might be a way to escalate the situation into a victory. Just rapid fire big drops on the bottom corner, on the top corner, or maybe here in the back, anywhere. Just kill something, and by killing something, you're building your lead. Because right now we're looking at 31 SCVs against 100, which is evidently way too many probes. And I think that having so many probes might actually... I wouldn't say prevent him from killing Meppo, but it's definitely going to hurt his kill potential having a smaller army than he could have or should have. Goes in once again over the top side. Marines with their level... whatever attack, level 2 attack. It's pretty good. Comes in over the top. Gonna try to snipe the shuttle so he unloads on top of the tanks. Great unloads. The siege tank here, though, are really hurting those Reavers quite badly. And even though there was a pretty good unload, that drop did not do what I hoped it would do for only one. Perhaps he just did not pick the right location, or perhaps the wrong unit composition, or maybe Meppo just responded really well. But he does kill supply depots in the front and some bunkers and a turret, so the damage in the front is quite substantial, which requires Meppo to move units that he wants in the back to protect against drops. It forces him to move them to the front to fortify. I actually think this should have just attacked. This should have just gone for the attack. I don't know why this is sitting here. I mean, he cannot see what I see. But if this had gone in for the attack, I think this entire choke point would have been broken down entirely. He goes in now. It might still be broken down entirely, although now he stims, puts them back in the bunker, which really ups the firepower. But the double Reaver in the front being really useful, being really strong, pushing the Marines away. Tank is sieging up. Reavers are being picked up, being micro, great storms. But it looks like the front section there will survive. The Reaver dies. Another Reaver is still alive. Kills the front. Yeah, he's going to kill the front section with this Reaver. Doing a really good job. Got a fleet beacon, getting every single upgrade that's under the sun, getting both air attack and armor, getting shield, weapon, and armor for ground as well. Goes in there over the bottom side. This time it might be sniped. It's not gonna get sniped. The Zealot blocks the Marines, storms him. This time around, it's only one single kill there on the storm. A nice break for Meppo. This should give him a little bit of breathing room, although he is falling behind on upgrades. That's something important that I gotta highlight. He's falling behind on upgrades. It's 1 armor, 2 attack, no shields, but very soon we'll have shields as well, and armor level 2 as well. So there's level 1 shield, it's level 1 armor, level 1 shield soon finished up. There it is, 1, 1, 2. Marines are on 1, 2. He's getting level 3 attack. The tanks are on 1 attack. Only has 1 armory though. He's been losing SCV so many times again and again and again. And he's been upgrading on a single armory, and that of course is quite painful. So before Meppo can rebuild his entire front section, he goes in for another small little attack. Gonna try to maybe kill supply depots, maybe do a little bit of damage. But the tanks and the bunkers are quite strong. Bottom side drop. This is a good drop. The tanks are killing the Reavers there though, but he goes in even deeper with a Reaver to try and hit those SCVs. Might there be a Templar in there? Is there a Templar in there? I don't think there's a Templar in there. Nope. The Templar is dead and gone. Once again, I thought that would be a little better, but as we can see, we actually have a pretty good coverage with these tanks, which means that anything that unloads about anywhere except here in the top corner will take tank shots as it unloads. So pretty good coverage there from Meppo, reducing his risk with great positioning. And at the moment, his reactions to situations and drops have been pretty well done. Carriers though are on the way. It's only 6, 7. These are purely for Corsairs, so it's 6 carrier production, which is not a lot. And I don't know if he scanned it. He scans most of it. Scans for a proxy carrier base, but can't find it. He kind of just missed the carriers. He missed the Stargates by like an inch. If he scanned a little bit lower, he would have seen the carriers are on the way. He would probably prepare himself for the carriers. Although, as I say that, I realize he does not have a lot of production capability. He's got 1 armory, 5 barracks, 2 factories, 1 starport. Preparing against carriers is gonna be difficult. He does have lockdown on the way though. So even though he doesn't have a lot of production, he is using what he has to build ghosts. With lockdown, he's getting EMP. He's using what he has to prepare for the carriers. I think he has seen them after all, or maybe he's using the ghosts for lockdown and doesn't know about the carriers. I'm not too sure. From what I have seen, I don't think he knows carriers are on the way. I just don't know if he knows. So he's trying to get in, but can't quite get in. Storms on the high ground to make sure the tank is no longer a problem. Tanks are this time around much better spread across the base than before. Goes, finds a way in, unloads on the top corner. Maybe not the best unload. Runs away with the SCVs there though. Still only on one armory. He really... Wait, does he have armories on the bottom? No. Those are not armories. So we got the Reavers there on the top side, killing a couple of Marines, but really nothing substantial has been killed. I do think he lost 2 tanks he had on the top corner, but that's really not substantial. So we can see that he's going for a fleet, not a fleet beacon, a shield battery section to heal up those shields on the carriers. And yeah, he's gonna have to kill some carriers. He really is gonna, probes. He's gonna have to kill some probes. He's got way too many probes. We've got 6 carriers. We don't have scans happening at the moment. He's building up energy. I would like to see Meppo scan it a little bit more, but I also realize and understand he's scrambling to keep up with only one, who is pretty far ahead in terms of economy and production and map control. He's trying to keep up, he's trying to prepare the best he can, but as a result of trying to keep up as fast as he can, as best as he can, he's not really scanning much. Perfect spacing on the cannons. I think if a tank unloads here, it will or will not take damage from the cannons. I'm not sure. So he scans. What did he see? Yeah, I think he now knows about the carriers. He sees the fleet beacon army, the shield battery, whatever you call this, proxy base, I guess. He sees the shield batteries. Let's just put it like that. Now he's pushing in, but oh, the carriers have pretty bad upgrades, so they die pretty quickly. Like, the upgrades are on 1, 2, 2. He can level 3 attack that on Marines, and he's not going to level 1 armor. He's not going to level 1 armor. He's going to rely on just the attack damage on the Marines and the Ghosts to kill the Interceptors. Pretty smart move. Pretty smart move if you ask me. I actually think the carriers might have been a wrong move. But then again, the wrong move for only one was having 25 too many probes, which is effectively 12 zealots less, maybe even 13, depending on how you look at it. It's gonna kill those tanks. Meppo slowly pushing forward. Reavers unloading on the top corner. Great Reaver unload. Those Reavers are killing a lot of real estate, but Ghost coming in with a lockdown. Tanks sieging up. Reavers dying. And even though we killed a lot of Marines, that definitely was not worth the investment. And even these Interceptors here back at home are dying to the turrets pretty quickly. This might be one of those rare scenarios where the carriers are not quite doing what they have to, and that is take over control over the game. It takes a long time to build carriers. They take up a lot of supply space, so while you're building the carriers, you really have to keep on hitting pretty hard. And as we saw, only one stopped hitting hard. He tried though, like not for a lack of trying. He tried to hit hard. He just couldn't hit as hard as he would have liked to. The bottom side, yet again, another attack. Carriers are trying to clean the high ground. This is something they're very good at, is cleaning out that high ground from tanks. EMP on the carriers, pretty painful. The shield batteries are on the other side. He's gonna have to build some shield batteries in his own base. But yet again, the same story applies as before. 96 probes. Way too many probes. His army is too damn small. It's too damn small. But look at this, he's building mass gateway on the middle. He's preparing for more possible switcheroo options to switch away from carriers into mass ground, maybe back into carriers. I don't know what his plans are, but he is setting himself up for as many different possibilities in methods to attack or adjust to whatever Meppo is going to throw his way, because very soon it's going to be Meppo's turn to start attacking. Drop comes in, drop goes unnoticed. This drop, if it hits, is going to be a nightmare. Reaver's unloading, Reaver dies, Templar's on the scene. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Everything is dying. Everything died on the minerals. Now, he still has a lot of minerals, but it still hurts pretty bad to have to rebuild all those SCVs. While you're fighting against an enemy that has a lot of economy, a lot of minerals in the bank, ready to throw at you with methods of attack as far as the eye can see. So yeah, that was pretty painful. 42 SCVs remain. He lost, I think he had 86 or 89. 86 or 89, so he lost a lot of them. And he's in fact not rebuilding them or putting them back on the minerals. He is now, though. At this point, I would say take SCVs off the gas and rebuild your economy fast, really fast. Because he's running out of money really quickly. Look at him, he's running out of money really quickly. Well, he does have SCVs all over the base, though, so the situation is not as bad as it looked. But it's still pretty bad, okay? It's still pretty bad. So regenerating those shields on the carriers, and I think his upgrades are currently on 233, which is pretty damn good. Upgrades are on 1, 2, there, 4, Meppo on the ground. His air upgrades are on 0, 1 in fact. Level 3 attack there for the tanks finishing up very soon. He's getting air upgrade there on the bottom. He really needs Valkyrie upgrades. Actually, I'm gonna say this. The Valkyries at the moment are not gonna do a lot, because the upgrades on the Valkyries are so bad that the armor upgrades on the carriers are gonna really prevent them from doing damage. The armor upgrades are gonna be 1+3 very soon for the carriers, and the Valkyries do not do a lot of damage. It's 7 damage, so that's gonna be 3 damage per rocket. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. It's a little bit, but not a lot. It might be better to stay with the Marines for now with Stim and Ghost with Lockdown until he has level 2 or 3 attack upgrade there on his air units. And then switch over to the Valkyries to defend against the carriers. Because upgrades really, really matter. So only one build shield batteries on the bottom as well. He can now regen those shields on the bottom and on the top. Which means he now has 2 different ways of attacking. But we have turrets everywhere, we got turrets everywhere on the top, we got ghosts everywhere as well. And his economy is now on 69 SCVs, now on 70. His economy is recovering quite nicely. But only one still has 95 probes. He's gonna still have to kill 20 of them, because he has, look at him, 23,000 minerals. It's time to kill some of those workers. Like, he's been playing really well, but he's been held back by having way too many probes. Reaver's on the bottom corner there, though. Tanks are rolling in, but the entire bottom corner is getting destroyed by the Reavers. Tanks each up just on time there, though, so the Reavers are taking damage. But is he going to stop him from getting level 2 attack on the Valkyries? Yes, he is. That is worse than you would think it is. It is terrible, because now these carriers have pretty much no opposition in these Valkyries. The Valkyries just do not do a lot of damage. They just do not do much. Look at this. 4+3. Holy gee. 4+3. And these, how much damage do they do? 1. 1. 6+1. The Valkyries are tickling those carriers. They're tickling them. The damage is non-existent. Going for the Valkyries might have been the wrong choice. And he's bowling more of them. Meppo has an oversight in his game plan. Killing that armory is really big. If he had managed to get level 2 attack, he would do a little bit more damage, but now the damage is just absolutely terrible. Great lockdowns though, double lockdown there, triple lockdown hits him right in the face. That's going to buy him some time. Now those carriers might in fact start dying, because that is, like, if they can't fight back, yeah, that's pretty bad. It relies on him killing the Valkyries before the Valkyries very slowly tickle him to death. Big drop there. He also stormed his own probes, so he's now in 38 probes. Great lockdowns. Great lockdowns, exactly what he needed. Exactly what he needed. Carriers retreat. So he killed his own probes, and he pulled most of the probes that he does have, or has remaining, and put them onto the minerals, because he also has a lot of gas. He no longer needs gas for a quite good amount of time. Slowly killing those cannons that are on the side. These might be out of range, so he cannot unload on the low ground. Again, over the bottom side, tries to attack, tries to hit him pretty hard. A bunch of Valkyries did die, but he still has 10 of them on the scene. Level 2 attack is on the way. It's on the way, but it only just now started. Level... what's that? Ship plating or vehicle plating? He's not going for air armor yet. He does have 3 armories. He can go for air armor. But he's just focused on so many different things. He's trying to keep up with only one so badly that he's not quite managing to get all the upgrades he needs. All of the others are coming in over the front side. There's no more Marines inside the bunkers. That is a pretty big problem. Arbiter in the front, cloaking. Amazing stasis on the Valkyries. I think he got 8 or 9, maybe even 10 stuck in that stasis. He's now also supply blocked because he had his supply depots in the front, which are filling out his remaining supply space. So now he's in a pretty bad spot. Although he's not attacking at the moment. Even more gateway units. He just has so many units. Opening up a supply space is allowing him to have an army that is 40 supply bigger than Meppo's. And Meppo has a lot of his supply locked up in stasis. And that is pretty bad. And I think he has another stasis ready to go when they get out of that stasis. He's got to pull his carriers back. Lockdowns are, locking the carriers down, taking them out of the fight for now. But the Valkyrie damage is so low. Look at how slowly these carriers are dying to the Valkyries. The upgrades are so far behind. There's just no damage coming in. There's no damage coming in from the Valkyries. Great storms. Great storms. Zealots marching forward. I think that Meppo might just be dying. His supply dropped from 200 down to 133 in only 2 minutes of time. Maybe even less, maybe a minute of time. He's not going to be recovering from this one. He needs raids or something like that. He needs raids, not Valkyries. But he's building raids. He's building raids, but is it going to be too late? He only has 6 factories for tanks. He's got tanks in the back. He only has double barracks because he lifted them up to get division on the high ground. He just does not have the production. Great lockdowns. Great lockdowns. Maybe almost every single carrier is stuck. I think only 1 or 2 of them are capable of attacking at the moment. The problem is really the zealots that are being mixed in. Can he fight off those zealots? Oh, another stasis. He built the raids, but the raids got locked into the prison zone. So even, like, the raids do a lot of damage against the carriers. Look at this, look at this. 20 plus 4, they do damage. Compared to the Valkyries, they do a lot of damage. But if only one of them is attacking, the carriers are not going to die before lockdown runs out. We got Dracoons on the scene as well. And is he going to build maybe an observer? Yeah, he's building observers as well, so the raids are going to be redundant at some point as well. They're going to be losing their effectiveness. This is just only one, I would say, methodically eliminating options that Meppo had off the table and bringing down the pain, the punishment for his mistakes, for his lack of upgrades. He does have level 2 attack now on the raids. He does have level 2 attack now, so he finally does a little bit more damage. But as I said before, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. So level 1 armor for air coming up as well, because he really needs the armor as well, because these carriers destroy his air options. Yeah, it's a done deal. It's over. It's just like, you can pretend and act and say, if he does this, he might still win, but nope. He's being broken open. There's almost no tanks. It's open, calls GG. And only one takes down Meppo in a very strong performance that was really held back by only one single thing. Having 100 probes. He was holding himself back, not on purpose. I assume he just didn't know he had that many probes. Although at some point you start feeling that you might have too many probes. At some point you start feeling like, My army is a little bit small, maybe there's something going on. What is going on here? Perhaps it is my probes. At some point, you do start to realize. Only one realized it very late into the game, but by the time that he realized that he had to kill his own probes, he was capable of absolutely steamrolling Meppo. Methodically, took his options down one by one, and he might not have realized it, but that armory was the game changer. The armory upgrading air attack level 2, right here on the bottom, that absolutely ruined Meppo's chances of surviving against these carriers. Thank you for watching. It was RJB from RJB TV, making my first video in about 2 months' time. And I hope that I will be making more of these because I gotta admit, I quite enjoyed this cast. I quite enjoyed it, and I hope you do as well. So hopefully we will see each other very soon.